Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the W Show. Round 8, I think we are now. Round 8. I'm joined again by Amanda. This is becoming a regular thing, and I don't hate it. I love it.
I don't
How are
hate it
you?
either.
How
Always
are
happy
you?
to be here. I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. The baggers are on a roll. We
Cool.
are just winning. We are winning games. We are finding ways to win games, finding ways to almost lose games, but we'll get into that. But great to be here. Thanks once again to the BA Network. Love you guys. Love Tez. Cheer Squad. Thank you for your sponsorship. We love you guys as well. But game on the weekend. We had to wait till Sunday, but it was worth the wait. Final scores 5-7, 37 Geelong, beaten by the Navy Blues by 18 points, 7-13, 55 in front of 2,000 people at GMHBA Stadium. Not a great crowd, I must say, but terrible timing coinciding with our men's best and fairest at Crown that night. So not great programming by the league, but that's okay. We'll forgive them. What are your thoughts? Where are we sitting?
So, it was a hot day as well.
Fantastic day.
Hot day to be playing football. We're
Very
now,
windy.
Adelaide did us a favour, and now we are in fourth spot.
Unbelievable. Like, shout out to the Tigers.
Shout out to the Tigers.
Don't like you at all, but thank you. Thank you very much. I was watching that score and I'm just like, they couldn't, could they? And
I
then
should
I
actually say it was the
turned it on.
Tigers who did us a favour and not Adelaide.
Well, I turned it on with like 5 minutes to go and I was just watching and I'm just like, this is incredible. This overtakes us beating Brisbane as the upset of the year at the moment for me. But like, yeah, like you said, puts us in fourth, game clear. Unbelievable. Percentage, we're only a game and 1% or less than a percent away from Hawthorn. We just got to keep winning.
We do have to keep winning, and you've made a good point there about percentage. Our percentage could be higher.
Should be higher.
Our percentage should be higher, and I suppose that is one thing that if I'm going to nitpick about our game, I think there are a lot of opportunities missed.
A fair few. I think I mentioned it to you just before we started recording. Across the game, it was 2 goals 6, 2 goals 2, 1 goal 2, 2 goals 3. So
The majority of those behinds in the first quarter would have come from Tara Bohanna, I think.
yep, and across the entire game, Sophie. But
Yeah.
the endeavour from Sophie is all you can ask for. It's like it's the opportunities that she's had on goal. If 2 or 3 of those go in, we win by 5 goals. So
And a few were unlucky hitting the post.
That
as not like she missed by a lot.
Mim said at halftime, who put that post there or something. It was really funny. But no, I honestly, this group keeps showing us why, it's important to keep supporting them. Like they show up week in, week out. It's the same crew week in, week out across the board. Very even team game. And like just watching the highlights back, I'm just like, the ability of Dana Finn just to lower the eyes, look inside and hit a target, beautiful to watch. Beautiful football to watch.
Speaking of hitting targets, I thought that Lila Keck had some great moments throughout the game as well.
Kecky.
Pinpoint accuracy.
I said it in a group chat to some people and I go, this girl's actually just hitting targets left, right and center. It's absolutely like unbelievable the amount of efficiency as a team this year. They even mentioned it during commentary, just our ability to hit targets a lot better than we have in the past. And like you look at the likes of Aaron Fitzpatrick, Mimi Hill, Abby McKay on her return didn't miss a beat.
Did not miss a beat.
Lily Goss on the improve every week. I thought Poppy had a much better game this week. There was a few instances where I think pressure got to her, but to her credit, she actually, kept fighting, kept winning the football, still doing Poppy things. And like I sit here and I go, I can't see, like, I can't find anyone that didn't give 110%.
Yeah, and Poppy wasn't alone with the pressure getting to her. If we go
Yeah,
back to the game sort of as a whole, I thought our first half particularly was very good, except for the fact that we missed some shots on goals that would have been nice if we'd gotten those,
yeah.
especially Tara Bohanna's first goal about 5 meters out.
Oh, so, I was out for a walk with the kids and missed that first shot, but,
It was just unlucky.
yeah,
But the third quarter, when the Cats, I feel like, really ramped up the pressure, a lot of the Blues seemed to feel that and didn't absorb it particularly well.
yeah,
The third quarter is probably one they'd like back, especially that last 5 minutes of it.
mhm.
But I thought they recovered really well in the fourth quarter, especially in that last, I would say, 7 to 8 minutes.
Enter Darcy Vescio.
Darcy Vescio.
Enter Darcy Vescio. I think having the ability to swing them forward
Yep.
and have them play back, just their ability and their experience and just the knowledge of the game actually helped us in the end. I think they kicked 2 goals in that last quarter, or 1 goal and set
One
up
one goal and
Weiler
set up
kick.
Weiler kick.
Yeah, and just having that capacity to be able to have a player like Darcy is, I think, something that not many other clubs have, where they have the versatility to play anywhere.
Yep.
And the fact that Gab Pound came back and played Gab Pound football gave us that flexibility, and Gab Pound didn't miss a beat either. There was her first, I think it's her first play of the day was a tackle,
A
and
tackle.
it was a bone crunching tackle, and it was a free kick. I'm just like, "Oh my god, I've missed you. Where
She
have
looked like she was ready to be out there.
Oh, and just her in general, just her presence, another one that has got that experience and level head, and we said this last week, if Gab was to come back in, it kind of leveled out that defense
Yeah.
a little bit more, and I was right in one of our changes from last week's game, but 5 tackles Gab Pound laid, 5 tackles,
It's great to have
and
back.
the defensive pressure, we held off the Cats pretty well because Maloney is a good footballer, Jackie Parry, Michaela Bowen, like all of those girls, like just watching them, Georgie Prasparkas. I know we actually said this in one of the chats that Lily Goss, and I've said it before on this show, is underrated. And her ability to only
Actually
keep
thought
Georgie
about that
Prasparkas
today.
to 17 disposals. 17 for Georgie Prasparkas. I can't remember a time where she's had less than 20.
I don't feel like Georgie Prasparkas really got into the game even until that second half.
She
Um,
didn't. She kicked
she
1
didn't
behind.
Yeah, she didn't seem like much of a factor. Agree with you completely on Lily Goss. You mentioned before, she's just improving week on week, and I really noticed that this week.
Her foot skills have improved vastly in the last 12 months, and I wanna give a shout out to Jess Good as well. Her marking ability, I remember in previous years, we've kind of, um, knocked her a little bit for not being able to utilize her height and take strong marks like a Brie Harrington,
Yep.
but kudos to her. She's actually gotten a lot better in terms of her marking capacity. So, um, like I said, across the board, I I can see where we would make changes this week coming up against Sydney, and which we'll touch on the injury report in a second. But yeah, no, I thought across the board our pressure was great. That third quarter aside, I do believe if it was windy here, I can guarantee you GMHBA would have been an absolute whirlpool of wind. So a couple of those behinds I could kind of see off the boot were kind of swinging in the wind. But I don't know. Look, we get the 4 points, we bank them, we move forward. And a lot of these next games coming up, which we'll talk about shortly, are going to be very, very crucial, as well as some games around us. But injury report, have you seen it?
I have seen it. I see that, very unfortunately, Tara Rehanna got injured, I think, in the last quarter of that game, which I was not aware of. Her foot,
Yeah.
I think,
Foot
and
injury, yes.
foot injury. She looks like she'll definitely miss this week,
Yeah.
potentially next week, 1 to 2 weeks. I did see that Jazz Dersma is a test to play.
Unbelievable turnaround, considering that she was not due to come back for another 2 weeks
Yep.
off the initial report. So she's obviously rehabbed a lot better than first expected. Really good healing bones. So yeah, Yaz Dersma is a test to play this week. We are traveling, I think, for the first time in a couple since the Brisbane game, I believe. I don't think we've traveled since, but we are traveling to Sydney, taking on the Swans. And in what is one of 2 Pride games that we're
Yes.
playing.
Yeah. So we've got the Saints the week after.
Beautiful, and that's at home, isn't it?
Yep.
Beautiful. No, so did see that the club released our new Pride jumper for this year. Gorgeous design as always. And I just think, yeah, I love what they do with this round. It's something that, brings everyone to the football. And I find that AFLW has the ability to make it a safe space for everybody. And I just think that, everybody should be able to go to the football and be who they are. And it's a
Absolutely.
beautiful jumper, and I'm looking forward to seeing it live next week. But I'm sure it'll look just as good on TV this week.
And we will see it the week after.
Yes. But no, touching on the Swans, I think we can put the Cats game to bed. I do want to give a huge shout out to Abby McKay, 10 coaches votes this week. Comes back in and goes whack. It would be remiss of me to not mention Ronnie Fitzpatrick.
I was going to say we haven't discussed our favourite player of the game yet, so before we move on, we still need to do that.
Let's backtrack a little then. I think there was 2 instances where she just grabbed the football and just said, "See ya."
Ran.
Her little legs just going like this.
Just ran and bounced.
I was like, just keep going. Just keep running. I was screaming at the TV, just like, go, go. I love her running capacity. I don't know what it is about the Irish girls, just their ability. Like I think the Geelong had an Irish girl playing too. Just their ability to pick up the football and just
I think
go.
Geelong have a lot of Irish girls in the team.
Yeah. It's like they just pick the ball up and just run. It's like, where do you have this running capacity? It is fantastic to watch. And just watching Ronnie do her thing, it's just like, could she get any better?
She was great.
We seriously missed her last season. Seriously. Just that
You don't
running
even know until you have the hindsight of seeing her play now.
Yep. Her ability to break the lines, her core is so strong. She can just like bat them off, just like leave me alone and just go. Oh my God. And I sit there in awe of her every week.
Yeah, she's worth the price of admission, just going to watch Ronnie play.
Oh, 100%. I would pay top dollar to go and see that girl play.
Yeah.
And just her ability, her vision. Dana Finn's the same. Just their ability just to find someone. It's like, how are you seeing that? Like, you only see bits and pieces on TV, and it's the same when you're watching the men's, unless you're there live and you can actually see what they're doing behind the ball. It's like just the ability for them to find a target. I'm just like, you are incredible.
Yeah. I think when I think about when I had seen both of them play before Ronnie did her knee, I probably already thought that she was going to be really great in the
Mm.
team. And I always thought Dana Finn was going to be good, but I didn't expect that level that she's leveled up this year.
Yeah. And it's good to see that, a couple of years in the system, rehabbing her knee and then exploding onto the scene this year. The progression of these Irish girls is only going to get greater. And I feel like that they're going to keep turning to Ireland for these athletes and bringing them to Australia to play our game. And I feel like there's more Irish female players than there are Irish male players.
Maybe there are. That would be interesting to look into. I think there are quite a few teams who do have a few of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I know
North
there's a
Melbourne and
few.
Brisbane as well.
Pardon?
Have North Melbourne and Brisbane as well, I think, have a few Irish players.
Yeah. And it's good for our sport. I just don't want them to over dilute the system
Yeah.
with the talent that we know is coming through the talent pathways. But while we have them, incredible athletes. And I will sit here and I will talk about our girls until the cows come home. And I feel like we'll be here all night if we do.
Yes, you're right.
But no, it would be remiss of me if we didn't talk about Ronnie. But no, Ronnie was by far our best player. Behind coinciding with Abby and Mimi doing Mimi things. So it's the same crew every week. It's actually
Having
refreshing.
Abby and Gab Pound back was great.
It's refreshing to be talking about wins other than disappointing losses or honourable losses. So
yeah.
Sitting in fourth position right now is just like, I don't know what to do with myself.
I know.
No, and if we turn our attention now to our opponents this weekend, I started watching the score and I thought quarter time against North Melbourne
Yeah,
was
against North, yep.
good from them. Then slowly started to see the snake go this way in the north trajectory. And in the end, it was a 68-point thump.
It was a blowout.
It was an absolute blowout. Sydney didn't score again until the last quarter where they kicked 1-1.
Yeah, I was hoping for a closer game.
I think this one was actually pegged to be a close one, just based on how Sydney started the year. And I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, so they had, what did I say? I was talking to someone. I was talking about how how Sydney have gone this year. And so far they've been pretty up and down from what I can gather. They beat Richmond and Gold Coast, just beat the Cats by 5 points. Were very comfortable against Freo, lost to Pies, then to the Giants, then narrowly to Adelaide, and then been thumped by the Roos. So very up and down, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But in saying that, I'm comfortable with where our team is at to say that we should win this game.
Mm-hmm.
The players to watch out for mine is definitely Chloe Malloy, hands down. And I haven't seen much of them
Is Chloe Malloy
overall.
injured, or did I just make that up in my brain?
She was injured.
Oh, maybe she's back.
No, she played weekend just gone.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I feel like the likes of Montana Ham,
Mhm.
Zippy Fish, Chloe Malloy, Lucy McAvoy, um, Laura Gardner, and Ali Morfitt. We just need to be mindful of those players. Zippy Fish, in particular, in a game where you get thumped by 68 points, 34 disposals, 19 years old, 10 contested possessions as well. So obviously midfielder. And I think that, yeah, we just need to be mindful of a couple of their players. But in the flip side, they need to be mindful of several of ours.
Yeah,
So
that's
I feel like they've got more of a headache to worry about than we do. It's going to be interesting.
it is going to be interesting. Do you think that with Tara Behana being injured, that's just a Mia Austin
Yeah.
coming back in?
Yeah, I do. And I think there might be a couple of more changes as well. I
Mhm.
feel like Brooke Vickers might make way for Yazdersma.
Yep.
And Meg Robinson possibly makes way for someone else.
Maybe
Um,
Maddie Guerin.
maybe a Maddie Guerin. Yeah, definitely. Who I thought was stiff to get dropped in the first place. So
Yeah.
if we were forced to make at least one change with Tara coming out, which I would say, yeah, straight swap for me or Austin. But yeah, the other two for me would be Brooke Vickers and Meg Robinson for Maddie Guerin and Yaz Dersma. Yeah. If I was to pick with my selection hat on.
Yeah. I think that sounds right to me.
Yeah, I would say that would probably be the likely scenario. And I was talking to one of our avid watchers, Chris Beach, on the weekend, and we were talking about 8-point games.
Mhm.
And so if we're talking about 8-point games, if, for not just us, for teams that are in the top 8, if they want to stay in the top 8. So we've got Adelaide versus West Coast in Adelaide, Hawthorn versus Gold Coast at Frankston, Freo versus Melbourne in Perth, Brisbane and Port in Ipswich, which is in Brisbane, and us v Sydney, obviously in Sydney. If Hawthorn lose to Gold Coast and we beat Sydney, we can jump them, which we spoke about with the close percentage.
Yep.
If by some miracle Fremantle absolutely thump Melbourne, potential to jump them too. And if we beat the Swans, we could potentially have one eye on the top 2. If we're going to be talking, let's just make the 8.
I believe we only need to win one more game to make the 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rightio. So
I read that. I didn't do the actual calculations myself.
I would love to be able to do a ladder predictor right now, but it's not giving me the option on the app.
And no, you can't do I check every week to see if maybe I've somehow missed it, and I think you just can't do it.
I think there has to be a match on for you to be able to do it.
Is that right?
I think so, because I've been able to do it with the men. So let me see if I can do it on the actual AFL app. See if it lets me. But, actually, no, it does. Hang on. No, it doesn't. Damn. I got excited for a second. No.
In any case, we should just keep
No, it
winning.
does let me do the ladder predictor. Wait. Oh, it does let me do it. Okay. So we're sitting in round 9.
Okay.
Let's see how we can manipulate this to see where we finish, all right? We got some time. Bulldogs Essendon. Bulldogs win for me, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Adelaide West Coast.
Where?
Norwood Oval. Adelaide coming off a bad loss.
Adelaide win that. I think.
Geelong Giants. I say Geelong.
Yes.
Hawthorn Gold Coast Hawks win that.
Yeah.
Brisbane Port. I reckon Brisbane win that.
Yeah, I think
Kangaroos will absolutely give Richmond a bath, and we beat Sydney.
Although, well, you never know.
You never know, but okay, so this is gonna be interesting. So the ladder hasn't changed if we go with that.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So let's move to round 10. Ooh, Port Hawthorn. Alberton Oval.
Okay. Oh,
I
I
reckon
still
Port
think
will
the
pull off.
Hawks. Oh, still think the Hawks. Although,
Okay.
I don't know what's at home.
I reckon West Coast beat Geelong in Perth.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's go. Yeah, let's go
Melbourne.
for the
Melbourne
Hawks.
beat Sydney.
Mhm.
Kangaroos beat Crows.
Yes.
Freo beat Giants. We
Yep.
beat St Kilda.
Yep.
Brisbane beat Essendon. And
Yep.
it doesn't matter about Collingwood and Richmond. And it doesn't
No.
really matter about Gold Coast and Bulldogs. Round 11. Adelaide, Port Adelaide. Adelaide will win that.
Yeah.
Ooh, West Coast, Sydney. In Sydney.
Oh, in Sydney.
Mhm.
Um, I was ready to just hand that game to West Coast.
Sydney need to win games to make finals, but I feel like if we go Sydney for now, they sit
Yep.
ninth. Oh, Hawthorn, Essendon. Hawthorn. Richmond,
Yep.
Freo. Fremantle win that. Oh,
Yep.
Brisbane, Melbourne. Oh.
Brisbane, or
In
where's it being
Brisbane.
played?
In
In
Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Yeah.
Brisbane.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know. Brisbane
I
are a
reckon
bit.
Geelong beat Bulldogs, Kangaroos beat Saints, and we beat the Giants comfortably at home.
Mhm.
And Collingwood will probably beat Gold Coast. All right. Final round.
Oh, which has been locked in.
Has been locked in. Good little segue. They have decided to put Hawthorn Kangaroos from Frankston on the 31st of October, Friday the 30th, Halloween. Put them Friday night footy. They've also put us on a Friday night, 9:15 from Perth. That Hawthorn Kangaroos game will help decide the top two. Well, the
Yep.
second anyway. I reckon North. Just because.
Well, you can't really bet against North.
No, but I literally just clicked us to beat West Coast and it puts us.
Okay, but there's still all the other games to go.
Port Adelaide beat Giants. I reckon Richmond beat Gold Coast. Sydney beat Essendon. Geelong, Melbourne at GMHBA. This game here might decide.
Mm,
Melbourne win, they go second. We finish third. So if North
I don't
beat
know if
Hawthorn,
I want to say Geelong, and I don't know if I'm underrating Melbourne a little bit there, or if I'm overrating Geelong. I just feel like Geelong have had quite a few almost moments.
I do too. That game kind of could go either way. But in saying that, if we keep winning and North beat Hawthorn, we finish either second or third, depending on the Melbourne result.
Okay, so if we win for the rest of the season, we are going to finish top 4.
100%. I don't know. The only game I can see us dropping is probably West Coast.
West Coast, yeah.
We lose that, we finish fifth.
In, I'd still
That's how
take it.
tight that top 5 is.
I'd still take 5th. Obviously, top 4 is what we're aiming for here. But
Yeah.
watching us play the last few years, I wouldn't have
No.
been thinking we'd be in a position to say we should definitely be aiming for the top 4.
No, and Terry Messi Terry messaged me this morning and he's like, can we say finals? And I'm like, I think we can.
One more win. One more win we can.
No, well, that's what I mean. I don't see us having an absolute monumental collapse from here.
No, I don't either.
So if we're going to lose any game, I'd say it'd be this week or round 12. Like, I'm pretty comfortable.
One
Or
of
even
our away games.
St Kilda, I don't know. They've been there and about St Kilda, but in saying that, they were quite a fair way in front of Port Adelaide, and Port Adelaide ran them down. So was it the other way around? No, it was St Kilda that beat Port. Never mind. Ignore me.
No,
That's what I'm
it was
wary
St Kilda. Yeah, it was St Kilda that beat Port because
That's what I'm wary of. Their ability to score quickly. But they're next week's problem. Final predictions for the game against the Swans this week.
Blues by 8 points.
Blues by 8. Cool.
Yeah.
I reckon Blues by 15.
Okay. I'd be a lot happier with that.
I just feel like we'll tidy up that shot on goal situation. And it'll be won and lost in the midfield for mine. So if our mids win that ball against their midfield and keep it out of their forward line, I think we're quite comfortable, because good luck stopping Ronnie.
Good luck stopping Ronnie. I'm just a little wary without Tara Bohanna being in the side.
Yeah, in saying that, she didn't have much of an impact on the scoreboard this week, and we still got the job done.
That's true.
That to me just shows the versatility of our forward line. Could potentially also mean that Darcy plays forward again this week.
Yes, now that Gab's back as well.
Correct. So I'm not too disappointed in that. So Tara kicked 1 goal 3. I still think, I can't believe Sophie kicked 5 points. I still think that her presence will be missed, definitely.
That's what will be missed.
Fair. Yeah, but I do think that gives Mia the opportunity to come in and show us her stuff, and it gives Darcy the opportunity to play forward and be that leader in the forward line that is going to be missing now that Tara's out. So
yeah,
I still stand by my 15 points.
I hope you're right.
I hope I'm right too. But anyway, once again, we seem to just, ramble on. But thank you, everyone, once again for watching this back. We are recording on a Tuesday night, so this will drop tomorrow night or tonight, if it's whatever, you know what I mean. But no, we do appreciate it. I do go through and I read all the comments, and I do appreciate everyone. Thank you once again, Amanda, for joining me. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me again.
No, not a problem at all. We look forward to seeing you guys next week when we're hopefully reviewing another win. But for now, up the baggers. Thanks again, Amanda, and we'll see you guys next week.
Go Blues.